Hey y'all. Oh. Let's see if I can take 20 minutes to back out of this parking space. Oh my word. Okay. Got the air on because the sun's right in the windshield, and I just went and got a flexible tripod because it was a lot cheaper than the gimbal. The gimbal wasn't really working out for me and I really couldn't afford it, so try something else. Because my phone has a video stabilizer in it. I just need to figure out how to get it on there and keep it on there. Anyway, today is kind of a funny day. Matthew is gonna go to the border tomorrow, and I want to call him and see if we can get us both on here and see exactly what he's able to share with us. I know that it's a dangerous situation that he's going into because there are a lot of players down on the border where he's going, and he's definitely taking a very serious risk. But I'm supportive of his decision to go, for sure. You know, not that he needs my permission or anything, but like my hippie hat. But he I'm just gonna turn this around. I can't stand it. Something needs to happen. I really feel like all the people from Mexico and South America, I really feel like they're being used as pawns right now, and they're human beings. They're human beings, and we have securities put in place for reasons, and I feel like right now they're putting their lives at risk. Allowing themselves to be bussed around and flown around, and you know, I don't know what the follow-up is for their safety, their well-being, their livelihoods and everything. So something needs to be done, and Matthew's gonna go see what he can do. Hello, Deborah. Oh, nice. Thank you so much. Most everybody calls me Aunt B. Isn't that cute? I kind of like it a lot. Well, I was just kind of mentioning about Matthew going down to the border in Texas, and I'm gonna give him a shout here soon and see if we can get on the channel here. We share this channel together, and we're gonna continue to. But I thought it'd be cool if we had a screen-on-screen with the two of us, and maybe he can tell us more about what he's going to try to do on the border, while I'm up here staying plugged in with the different freedom movements, the 1776 Restoration Movement and the American Freedom Movement, and the rest of my groups too. I have other groups too that I can't mention on here, or else it will get me thrown off. So because they're being censored. They're amazing groups. I think most of us are a part of them anyway, but at least one, you know, or two. But I have 5 groups that I've been actively participating with since all the lockdowns and everything else. And it's the doctors and the scientists and everything, the lawyers. I pray you've been having a great day today. Hello, Ellen. Yes, they finally went and did a little DC tour. Just letting everybody know we're still around since we're getting so much bad press after the breakup of the initial convoy. So, I think it was a good move. I do. Now, I did not convoy today. I did not go with 1776 today. Oh my word! I'm trying to turn around. I think I'm making everybody crazy out here, including me. Oh my word! Hang on, I'm turning around. Oh my goodness. No, I did not go. I've had to split my time between my place in Annapolis and Hagerstown before. I haven't been to the new location yet. I was headed that way yesterday and realized that I'm getting my crown tomorrow for my my implant, and that I needed to save the money to cover that cost, and start being a little more conservative with my gas, because running around the country has tapped me out. I haven't had any income coming in to speak of. So, oh, that's awesome, Deborah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess it looks like there are 4 of us now that are, or 5 of us. We've got First Responder Media, WYSIWYG, Oreo Express, those 2 guys, and me. But I hope other people are doing some as well. Myself and Matthew. Now Matthew isn't right here in Maryland. He's in Texas, and he's going to the border. So he leaves for the border tomorrow to see what he can do down there. Oh, Paul Revere's back. When did he get back? Only been gone a few days. A couple days, really. Ellen, that's going to go on tomorrow and Friday. Exactly what you're saying there. To hit some of the smaller towns and hand out flyers, etc. And then there's a rally on Saturday. Let's see. God bless you all. Oh my goodness. So there's a rally, the 1776 Restoration Movement is having a rally on Saturday, and last I heard, the intention was to go into DC for the Rolling Thunder with all the motorcycles, because that's a huge opportunity to make sure our veterans and fellow Americans there know about what's going on, and get them on board. Oh my goodness, okay, well good, I'm glad he's back. Oh my word. At this point, everybody's welcome, and Santa said so. He said everybody's welcome as long as you're not bring in guns, ammo, weapons, and you remain peaceful. So come on in, because we do need the numbers. And as far as saving the gas goes, and carpooling, I think that'd probably be the name of the game tomorrow and Friday. But for today, it was to still let them know that this has not disappeared, that this is continuing, even if the name has changed and the approach has changed. So I think today was important. I would have liked to have been a part of it. Had I known, I probably would have continued going up there yesterday, but I think it worked out the way it's supposed to for me. I had to check my where am I financially exactly, and it's not good. It's just not good. So yeah, it'd be easier to get into DC, but you tell Big D not to bring the fire truck, because I'm not going to do it. And besides, it's our rights as Americans, to go into our capital, and DC is our capital. We shouldn't have to slip in. Hey, Leonard. I'm so glad all y'all are popping in. Let's go the back way. Oh, traffic's starting to get backed up. I'm heading back to Annapolis. I had to go return my gimbal because it was just too expensive, and I wasn't really able to figure out exactly how I needed to be using it. So to me, it was basically like a really expensive tripod. So I just returned that to Best Buy, and I went to Walmart and got a tripod, a shorter one that's flexible, and then I also have what I purchased before we all went to California. It's a mount for my mic stand, because I'm a singer too, in case y'all didn't know, but I'm just not singing right now. And I got this attachment for the tripod because I have two different tripods. One of them is super heavy and heavy duty for a camera and for stability, and then the other one is my mic stand that's lighter and easier to carry. So I could have the option of either one of those for something taller and sturdier. And then now for $20 I've got a shorter tripod that's got a 360-degree pivot to it, so I don't have to have a gimbal. My phone actually has a video stabilization option. I just need to get in there and figure out how to keep it on, so I don't have to fix it later. The four-wheelers carpool. The four-wheelers carpool convoy. Somebody else said something today on one of the live streams I was watching while I was getting stuff done at the house, at my little cottage, and I laughed out loud. I think it must have been that. Yeah, he sure did today. That was good. We got the fire truck into DC. I don't think anyone's really trying to stop us. I really don't. Because as far as I know, the People's Convoy went ahead and pursued a lawsuit. So just because the People's Convoy doesn't necessarily mean that that's not going through, because the DC Metro Police certainly messed up before. Yeah, I agree. I think the fire truck needs to stay in front. It's a Google Pixel 4a, and I got I had the Google Pixel XL at first. Oh, look, they've redone that restaurant. Looks like it's something new now. So, sorry, squirrels. Anyway, I had the Google Pixel XL when it first came out, and that was a great phone. Took amazing photographs and has a lot of really cool photography options. The 4A I'm not quite as impressed with, but I didn't want to buy 5G. This phone here gives me the option to not use 5G, and that's why I went ahead and traded in when I did, so that I could make sure I still had that option for as long as I can. I'm very sensitive to our environment anyway, as far as, like, you know, radio waves and whatever goes, and I mean, we all are, but I don't support 5G. I think it's more than what we need, and that's just my opinion, and I know some people are going to disagree and want their speedy Wi-Fi, but we can only take so much. So anyway, that's something you could look into on your own time, if you wanted to, because I'm trying to fight one front at a time while I'm still being conscientious of all the other ones, because there's so many. Oh my gosh. So when were the police? Oh, at the at Hagerstown Speedway. No, I thought it was terrible. That's why I hung back and I didn't stream, because I certainly did not want to put a negative spin on all the good that had already been accomplished by the People's Convoy. The hope that it spread for all of us who participated, you know, online or by being there, but also for all the people on the sides of the roads, the overpasses. No one is ever going to be able to convince me, because it wouldn't be true anyway, that the People's Convoy did not accomplish a lot of good, because it did. Oh. I'm going to go to the camp. Where are they? I hear them, but I don't know where they are. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, very good. Very good, Deborah. Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful that you're recovering. And it can take some time, yes. I actually worked in the outpatient rehab department at the hospital, which was not a rehab like I have worked in since, because I'm a recovery coach for people recovering from drugs and alcohol. But I was a financial coordinator then for that department, where a lot of people came for all the different therapies recovering from stroke. And various other conditions as well. And I'm just so grateful that you're on the road to recovery. That's beautiful. I've definitely witnessed a lot of miracles. So something simple. Probably not this. I like I said, I'm not that impressed with it. Probably not the Google Pixel 4a. I think the very first round that they put out was easier to use than this. So I don't know what the simple would be. I would definitely, if I were you, I would get my just a suggestion if you want it. I would get some suggestions from your speech therapist, if you had one, or your occupation. Working with them or not, you could probably call and ask them a question. That's what I would do. For what would be, what have they heard that is a fairly simple phone to use after recovering from the type of stroke that you had. That's speech therapists and occupational therapists. They're amazing, and it's all about that cognitive stuff. Oh yes, Leonard, it absolutely did. I'm gonna go back to Camp Carroll. I'm gonna head over there maybe tomorrow after I get my crown that I put on hold picking up since we went to California. It was ready then, almost, but I wanted to go to California with the convoy, so I put that on hold. I finally get to pick that up tomorrow, or have it put in, because I got an implant before all this started. And And then I may head up after that or Friday. Yeah, the convoy itself, you know, I'm talking about like the actual action of the convoy itself that did so much good, the actual physical being of it. You know, the coming together of all of us that had been isolated in our advocacy beforehand. You all witnessing and having a place to come together, even on the live streams. And then how about all the people who got to see the physical coming together for freedom at all of those different overpasses and highways, on the highways, all the beeps and the waves that we got and the thumbs ups and the, you know, from here to California and back, from California to here and back. I mean, you can't take that away from it. You just can't. Everyone's confused right now. It's only been, it's not even a full week, you know, and it's just, I think it's almost a shame that, well, go on the website. If you go on the People's Convoy official website, I understand that the statement is still, the press release statement is still up. And if you read it, I don't think it says, I don't think it was saying exactly what people were getting so ticked off at the Speedway were saying that it was saying. People jumped from, you know, they were clapping after Marcus read it, to all of a sudden we have that woman who is preaching about women and what we can do. I'm not even sure what that was all about. And she's preached it twice, so apparently she's got an agenda, which is great, whatever. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad one. It's something about women and what we have to offer. That's great, okay. But her tone of voice, and then people had a time to think, and I think they were like, all of a sudden, like, oh my gosh, we just got dropped. And I didn't really read it that we had all just gotten dropped. I read it that we weren't going to be convoying around the country anymore, and that it was morphing into more support for the states, which is the direction that they had been verbalizing they wanted it to go in for a month and a half. So I didn't really see it as something to all of a sudden be hateful about. But that's just me, and y'all know that I'm very positive anyway. I am in Crownsville, Maryland right now. Oh, Alan, where have I been? I've been in Annapolis, Hagerstown. I went up to visit with everybody. I've been back and forth to Hagerstown until 1776 moved to West Virginia 2 nights ago. I haven't been out there yet, but I will be out there soon. But I went back and forth, and I went and popped in on our American Freedom movement where Soup Mama is, and got to see friends there and visit and just see how everybody's doing there, and kind of see where they're at about, you know, coming together peacefully for the, you know, to bring, because we're all still fighting for freedom, the same cause, you know. And they said absolutely that they would want to. So 50% of our one couple though is really about that. I don't know. I don't know if the other 50% really is, and I'm not going to say anything else. God bless them both. Well, actually, I think that they both are. I don't know how that would be received on the 1776 side by one individual, but I'm staying out of it. That's all I got to say about that. I can't even believe I said that. So, oh my goodness, that's awesome, Michael. I'm really glad she's doing better. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad. I think I told you about my friend and his wife, that they were doing the horse therapy because she was going, yeah, they were going through the same thing, or are going through the same thing. She liked it a lot, but I'm glad she's doing better. That's always good news. Oh my gosh, thanks, Leonard. I appreciate your understanding why I wasn't up close and personal filming, live streaming that, because that is definitely not how I feel about everything, and the good that it had done up to that point. You know, how all this is viewed from here on out is really going to have a lot to do with how we. What kind of a spin we put on it now. And I'm not saying cover up the truth or anything, but I'm just saying let's focus on, you know, the great things and the positive things that it did do. And the wonderful thing is that what I did find out by being, you know, going and visiting the other camp as well, and then going back with as the 1776 movement's been forming, you know, and I just made some stickers for Santa and everything, you know, so I'm helping out, absolutely, and I'm still all for peaceful protests and whoever wants to do them. Soup Mama, I think, yeah, I don't think anyone views her as any different than just neutral. You know, God bless her. She offered a safe place to stay, and many people took her up on it. It's not a bad location. It's not, you know, a lot of trees or grass or anything really. It's you know, gravel, but it's not a bad place, and it's some place that they can feel safe and secure and go to Pilot if they need a shower or whatever. It's not that different from where 1776 Restoration Movement's staying now. Except there's no. If the transmission gets unstable through here, that's pretty normal for this road. This General's Highway. Honestly, I went to Walmart too because I wanted to get a tripod that was a short tripod that was flexible, and then I kind of wanted to go to a waterfall. The day's getting away from me because I'm fighting the shift as well, you know, the feelings and the emotions that come with it, and we're all kind of going through an internal struggle with just, you know, what is this going to look like now? Oh my gosh, you're going to start traveling. That's great news, Michael. I love it. Great news. Oh no. Now, I'll tell you what, if trolls want to spin a negative on politics, okay, fine, whatever, you know, if they just want to be like, you know, ridiculous where that stuff is concerned, you know, but it's when you start attacking, you know, people, and yeah, that's kind of stinks. I don't like hearing that. Yeah, nobody's really known what to think of, you know. I was just grateful when you know, my feeling about Santa is just he's a genuinely great person, you know. That's my feeling when I'm around him and stuff. He hasn't given me any reason to feel like he has alternative motives at all. And when I asked him straight up about his history with the Proud Boys and did he think that affected everything in a negative way, you know, he was very open and honest with me and grateful. He said he was grateful that I asked him straight up, because I'd rather just get it from the horse's mouth than all the, he said, she said in the background, speculating, you know? I mean, we all naturally speculate sometimes, but at what point do we just stop and ask someone? I've been a victim of some situations where it seems like everybody, you know, made speculation about this, that, and the other about me, and came to conclusions, which I don't even know how they came to conclusions about, because nobody ever asked me. And this is, you know, years ago. And it's just like, well, my goodness. That can be very damaging. Well, Leonard, and I understand that, but you know, look at Simon. He was down in front of the WHO office today, and then I think he moved on to another area or memorial, and you know, was doing his thing, you know, reading to everybody, helping them to open their eyes about what's going on right now with the WHO, and you know, is he taking a risk? You know, especially with his megaphone and his red, white, and blue pajama outfit. I don't know what else to call it. I mean, sure, but that's his risk to take, you know? One person makes a difference. Every voice makes a difference. You know, what are we going to do with it? I think maybe we got spoiled with the fact that one sheriff said there were 7,000 strong coming across the United States at one point. You know? Don't forget, every single one of us can make a difference. Just what risks are you willing to take in the smaller numbers? Or just by yourself? Well, there wasn't really any place to anchor in Hagerstown was the problem. More than anything, I think. You know, if the owners of the Speedway decided to evict us, how welcoming do you think most areas that could hold us would be in that area? I mean, I think it probably limited us to almost nothing as far as where to stay. I'm in Annapolis. This is where I live. I think Marcus is a good person. I think that he definitely got thrown under the bus. Just like they were maybe trying to do that to Santa, they were doing it to Marcus too, I believe. But more will be revealed, you know. We're still asking more people to come though, y'all. Strength in numbers for sure. Louder voice, the bigger you are. Oh, the enemy was already there. Absolutely. I mean, you've got that right. The enemy was already there trying to cause division from the very beginning. You could see it. You could really see, you could smell it at the beginning. It was so blatantly obvious. You could smell it because there was so much good and so much good permeating from just the joy of everybody being together. That you could sense it when it wasn't right. When somebody wasn't right or there for the right reasons in the beginning. It's very curious. Yeah, there'll be an audit, and there should be. And the enemy, you know, I think that's what we're battling anytime we're trying to do good, you guys. We're gonna if we're on path and we're doing something good and maybe even fulfilling some of the purpose that God created us to fulfill, then we know that that's when the enemy is going to come at us really hard and really fast. And so if we're not in a spiritually fit condition and maintaining it, then it's easy to pick us off. It's easy to cause division, and it's easy to you know, destroy, because that's what he seeks to do, is to destroy, to divide and destroy. And so just percentage wise, could every single person that participated in the convoy be spiritually fit? Well, no. Percentage wise, no. I was getting a little run down in Texas when I wound up having words with that one guy that was acting like a creep, no question about it. I asked him for help, and he thinks that I'm a woman trying to tell him what to do, and it's like, well, I don't know how you get from A to there, But when he sought me out, I sunk to his level, and I wound up yelling back at him, and my voice got as loud as his did, and I was so ashamed because I hadn't gotten that upset and yelled like that in 4 years, and that's true. Because I've been working so hard on my spiritual condition and staying connected to God. So what I realized was I could trace the thread back. 12 steps are amazing. They help teach me to trace the thread back. Play the tape forward. Where could this go? Or play it backwards and say, where did I get off track a little? And so what I realized was that in Texas, behind the Hangar 25, when we were in Big Spring, I think it was called Big Spring, Texas, and I had made this. I decided to call our Area 151. Somebody mentioned, Boots mentioned Area 51. I said, no, our area is Area 151, because they were drinking beer. Well, I don't drink, and I haven't in years. And so I even made a sign that said Area 151. Everybody thought it was so funny. Well, the party started, and it continued until after 1 o'clock in the morning. And then, of course, with people drinking, now I wound up kind of hanging out down the way. I was drinking tea with Ron and Victoria and some other people. And so I wasn't even, and then I just go and see what was up at the Area 151 and dance a little, and then go back and sip tea and be peaceful again. So I was able to trace that thread of where did I get off course, all the way back to that, because I've got no business behaving that way, and tracing that thread back, I realized, oh my gosh, I invited the enemy in. For people to wind up drinking, partying. We created the area for a big party to go on, and a lot of people had a lot of fun, but it needed to end a lot earlier than it did. And so I realized that my part in that is that I have no place promoting what I did. It doesn't mean that partying's bad. It just means for me personally, I could see where I open the door to make myself vulnerable to an attack from the enemy. So, poor Eric, he's very sensitive too, and so is Joe. Oh my gosh, thank you, Leonard. I could probably use a breath mint too. I'm sorry. I'm drinking my green tea again with honey. None of us know how to assess the situation. Truly, none of us do. Oh. Oops. I forgot I put my car in park to restart it, and I forgot to put it back in drive. Whoops. Look, a yellow fire truck just like these. None of us know how to assess it, I don't think. I bet you anything that would go for just about across the board. Well, I don't know if those people were asking for money. I don't think so. We sure were doing convoy for a long time. You know, that'd be like asking me not to go get ice cream. I'm gonna do it at some point. When did we finally get ice cream? It was out in the Raceway, Sacramento Raceway, and finally we were like, we need ice cream to go with that cookie. And then the next night it was Sunday night with Michelle and Tim and their daughter. They said it was ice cream Sunday. And that was a lot of months without some ice cream. We all have our thing, you know. The convoy didn't buy the alcohol, I can tell you that. What people did with their own individual is up to them. Now, if you're running convoy, you know, I put almost 15,000 miles on my car, and I still wasn't able to get what is wrong with the car fixed. And I tried to out in Banning. I spent, you know, I got an oil change, and we did some troubleshooting. It was almost $400 later, and that wasn't fixed. That's my own money. That's not the convoy's money. But it's a lot of wear and tear on your vehicle. That's in less than 3 months I put down all those miles, you know. Yeah, no typing, Uncle Deuce, while you're driving. I like cake and ice cream. But I probably like ice cream more than cake, but I like cake and ice cream. That's true. Oh no. I gotta lose this weight I've gained since I quit smoking, and since COVID and all, and since I just got older, and I just gotta get on it. That's just all there is to it. Hi, Sue. Glad you could join us. I mean, certainly if there's too much alcohol being consumed, you know, that's usually later night when some of the problems can you know, occur. That's for sure. I mean, I can't consume any. I'm just one of those people that just, it's better if I don't drink. It took me a long time to figure that out, and the Annapolis police helped me figure it out too. Then I had to work on not doing it. I haven't had a drink in a long time, and that's a good for me. You like steak better than cake? Stop it, Uncle Deuce. That's it. To the way, way back. You're banished to the way, way back. Where you can drive without distraction. I like steak too. I like it all. There's a piece of cheesecake in my bag. I'm not kidding you. I just bought it. No. I like cheesecake too. Oh yes, everybody put a lot of wear and tear on their vehicles. Absolutely. Absolutely. We all made sacrifices. You know, my last client was done when I found out about the convoy, and off I went, you know. Did I work on getting more clients, or, you know, more secured income? No. I took off with the convoy because I believe in our freedom, and I do believe that we got to do something now. But it does take a long time. It isn't just, you know, gonna happen overnight. It's just not. So Carol, Uncle Deuce is on silent time. Time out. He's on time out. In the way back of the hive wagon. Yeah, this old gal hit 200,000 miles while we were heading across the country, and I'm at 209,748 now. And I'm like, I wrote down the mileage before I began it again to go out to California, and then that went to 10,000 and rolled over again to another 1206. And it was almost 2,000 that I wrote down, and it was already almost 2,000 that I hadn't written down since I had just started going to Hagerstown and convoying with them when I went out to Ohio and came in the first time around. It's a lot of mileage. Now when I hit my gas, it goes wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah, I hope so, Leonard. It might have just been getting broken in with, I do drive a lot, but this was some pretty hard driving. Now it might just be getting driven in the ground. I don't know. Carol, don't get banished to the Isle of the Misfit Toys. Don't do it. Look at that. That's neato. Oh my word, what am I doing? All right, you guys, I'm gonna have to end this soon. To the beach. Let's go to the beach. I just need to be near water. This is the terrible thing about gas prices for me right now, is that when I'm not sure, what's going on and whatever, I drive. And unfortunately right now it's really expensive to just drive. But I did start making I was chatting from the way back of the Hive Mobile, Uncle Deuce. While you were on timeout, make sure you let him know while you were on timeout in the way back. Oh no! We got to come up with a whole nother kind of grounding for that. Look, graffiti in the back, in the way back of the Hive Mobile. That's vandalism. All right, y'all. It's right up here. You're gonna see it. It's the Chesapeake Bay. The Chesapeake Bay. Oh, you did do it. You did it this time, Uncle Dude. You did it. You did it. Look, y'all. It's the Chesapeake Bay. Hey. So I've been hanging out with the 1776, but I'm having to go back and forth from Annapolis. I haven't spent the night in my vehicle since the convoy initially made it back to Hagerstown from Ohio. from the cross country trek. I went back out to Ohio and came in with them again. So, Carol, to the way, way back. You can join Uncle Deuce in the way, way back since you stole Santa's cookies. You guys, it really is silly, isn't it? Oh no, I love it. That's awesome. Stealing Santa's cookies. Shame, shame. Oh. So if anybody wants cookies, go to the way, way back of the Hive Mobile. That's where the Santa's cookies are. Send the piglets back there for a snack. Oh boy, the air feels good. It's so nice and cool. Man, isn't this nice? You're all so busy with your cookies, you came and listened to the waves. Now listen to this. Be peaceful. Isn't this nice? Ew, what's that? Looks like a fish skeleton. That's a piece of wood. That's cool. It's really soft though. That's a cool piece of wood. Cool. I really like that, but I think it's got worms. The water's getting warmer. Nah, I won't tell. I'm not a tattletale. Because then I'd have to go sit in the way, way back. Somebody's got to drive this hive. Yeah, there's all kinds of gunk washed up. Oh no, look at this. Man, we had a lot of storms. A lot of storms. I got all messed up. Look, people on a jet ski. It's a good thing that water's warmer. Warming up. Sometimes just like the shortest little walk on this beach can just do me so much good. Just feeling the sand squishing under my shoes. Helping me right now. Garbage. The red solo plate. Where'd that trash can go? Oh. Clean it up in a minute. I think this is cool over here. But in the summer, it can get like mosquitoes. There's snakes. There are water snakes in Maryland. They look like moccasins. I don't know if they're called moccasins or not, but they are like moccasins. Look at that, doesn't it look cool? Like you're in the jungle on an island. Yeah, it's just like a little reprieve. There are a lot of jet skis out. Yeah, so for everybody that's like Leonard too, you know, it's just going to take a little time for more to be worked out about what in the world has happened. And build up the numbers, but the good thing is that the good fight continues. I think the trolls get bored with me because I'm too nice to them. Remember, I was going to ask Tom, I was going to get on with his mods and everything, and I don't know, then the cans and bottles only. Oh. Then the S hit the fan, so that didn't happen. Carol. Yeah, Bee, she's so sweet. We gotta go find better hunting grounds. Alrighty. Oh, that's a good note to end this on. We're gonna end this stream, and I'm gonna go. I made some more of those carnation flowers last night too, and Tim from Michelle and Tim, who have their daughter Abby that was always wearing the cowboy hat. They were with us out in California, and he sent me, I printed it up, a really awesome letter. I'll read it to y'all, actually. And I think that's what I want to roll up and give away. Oh, no. Yeah, that's the Chesapeake. Find the right passion. That's the Chesapeake Bay. And we just did a little walk on the little short beach, and it just rejuvenates me. Uncle Deuce, you're not a troll. So, I'll probably, oh, definitely, Leonard, definitely. And I hear everything. I do. I hear what you're saying, and we're all just working through it. But you'll like what he wrote, and it's a petition to the U.S. government for we want answers, and I think it's really well written. So I'm going to hand that out, I think, with the carnations and the bracelets and stickers. So thank you, Carol. Thank you all. Oh my gosh, you're all amazing. So God bless you all, and glory be to God. And I'll check in a little bit because we're going to see how my new tripod works. So we're just going to take a little break right now. And find the right passion. I always have to find water. So if you stick with this channel, you will go on waterfall hikes with me. You will go to beaches with me. You will go to rivers and lakes and Chesapeake, and because I love the water. I like mountains and I like the water. All right. God bless you all. And we'll check back in a little bit.